this is Charmaine Ironside, the Diet Dropout Guru, and I just want to start by asking you, have you ever been on a really great roll with your fitness, your nutrition, you're feeling awesome, you're starting to see the weight come off, and then all of a sudden you just do something. You go on a weekend bender and you totally fall off the wagon, or you decide that you are going to skip a couple workouts and that turns into weeks of workouts, or something like that. So if you have, you are so not alone. This is super common. Everybody's done it. You know, I did this for years. I'd be on such a great roll and then I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna have a glass of wine, which then turns into a bottle of wine, which then turns into me missing my workout the next day because I'm too groggy. And that, you know, that cycle continues. So one really cool thing I learned a couple of years ago was that it wasn't because I was like fat and lazy and that I was always just a screw up and I was never gonna get it right. There's actually something called self-sabotage that I was doing constantly. And you might be thinking, well, why would you sabotage your results? It just doesn't make sense. And so I want to teach you in this quick video training session just what self-sabotage is, how to identify it, and how to actually stop doing it. So, you know, like 2 years ago, I was completely different than I am today. I was 50 pounds heavier, I was miserable in my own skin, I was uncomfortable, and I was so tired of just continually falling off the wagon, doing healthy things, then falling back. I wanted to just get into a groove. And so I found a book called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. And it did a really awesome job of explaining self-sabotage. And I couldn't believe that I didn't know about this. And that's the reaction that everyone I teach this to says. Like, why aren't we learning this like in school basically? So self-sabotage happens because of something called the upper limit problem. And it's basically in life, our brains are at a set point that they're comfortable at. It doesn't mean we're happy, it doesn't mean anything, it just means that we're safe and comfortable at this level. And so once we start to do things like become more fit, get more attention, do better at work, have a happier marriage, all that stuff, our upper limit thermostat says, ooh, 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 I don't like this, and does something to kind of screw it up for us. Whether that's like completely falling off the wagon with fitness, or maybe it's starting a fight with your husband because things feel too good and you don't really believe you deserve that to feel that good. Maybe you just like screw up something at work, even though you worked so hard already on it. You know, maybe you get sick before a big presentation. These are all in a way self-sabotage. So just hear me out. So again, it's super poorly understood. And there's a great quote by Bo Bennett, and it says, self-sabotage is like a mental tug of war. It's the conscious mind versus the subconscious mind, where the subconscious mind always eventually wins. So it's like, why do we know what we want, like a goal, but why do we always end up like doing something that doesn't align with that? It's because our subconscious mind is so powerful. So think of it like an iceberg. The little tip of the iceberg is out of the water, and then that's your conscious mind. And then your subconscious mind is this huge mass under the water. And so your subconscious mind really does everything. It controls everything in your life. And so the only way to stop sabotaging ourselves is to change that story in our subconscious mind. And so I want to, you know, just share a couple ways I've done that. So the first thing is to just be aware. What am I doing to sabotage myself again and again? You know, maybe it's like a binge on some type of food. Maybe it's you always somehow end up finding an excuse not to work out. Maybe it's procrastination. Maybe you just spend a whole lot of your energy worrying about things instead of taking action. You know, there's a lot of ways we self-sabotage. And after that, it's upgrading your belief system. So I like to use The Biggest Loser as an example here. You know, those people, those contestants on that show, they have all this support, they lose all of this weight in 22 weeks. You know, some people lose like a couple 100 pounds in 22 weeks, but the problem is, and the reason why most of them gain it back, is that they don't change their belief system about themselves. So they still see themselves as this fat person, and so as soon as the show ends, they haven't upgraded their belief systems, so the upper limit problem kicks in and says, you don't deserve this, you're never going to be successful, you might as well just go back to your old way of eating. And most of them do, unfortunately. So as we progress towards higher levels of abundance, success, fitness, love, we have to upgrade our belief system. And the way to do that is self-talk. This is like the number one thing you can do today. So notice how you speak to yourself. First of all, if you notice critical thoughts, I recommended using the cancel technique. So when you say something to yourself like, you're never gonna get this right, you're disgusting, you have fat legs, whatever it is, say cancel, 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 and then reframe that sentence to be neutral or at least, or a little bit positive. So my big one was like, Charmaine, your legs are so fat, it's just genetics, you're never gonna really get them to look any better, you know, just deal with it kind of thing. And then I would say cancel, cancel, cancel. Your legs are strong and beautiful and they are transforming. And so as I started to say that, I stopped sabotaging, because if you believe that your legs are fat and they're always gonna be fat, then you're gonna have a second and third helping of dessert, because why the heck not? And so I just really believe so much in the power of this. I've had so many clients, when I teach them this self-sabotage idea, have huge aha moments and be like, oh my gosh, that's why I always do the same pattern. You know, that's why at Christmas time or on vacation, I just completely throw all my goals out the window and I revert back to my old self. So if you want a better life, a better body, more happiness, just work on your self-talk. Talk to yourself like you would your best friend, and just believe. Believe that you deserve success. Believe that you deserve love. Believe that you deserve to drop weight or change your body if that's what you want, because you do deserve it. But unfortunately, a lot of old beliefs, you know, 50% of our beliefs about ourselves are set by the time we're 5 years old. And like 80% are set by the time we're 18. So if you, similar to me, had things said to you about your worthiness, about your eating habits, about your body type, you know, negative things said to you, you might have a belief system that doesn't match where you want to go. So you get to choose. You get to bring that belief system up. So I hope this video makes sense. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. But just, I want you to reflect on a time when you were on such a great role in life with your career or your fitness or your nutrition or something, and something big happened that kind of threw you back. And just start to think, maybe that could be self-sabotage. And the more you're aware of your habits and what you're doing, that's how you change. That's the only way to really make transformation and make change. So it doesn't matter how many diets you go on or how much you try to exercise or try to be better. If you're self-sabotaging, that's your number one thing to figure out. It's not, you don't need to be fixed, nothing like that. You just need to go deep and figure out, what do I believe I deserve? Do I believe I'm lovable? Do I believe I deserve to feel great? Because a lot of people shockingly don't. And I didn't for 20 years. I hated myself, I had no self-confidence, I had no self-worth, so it was no wonder that I could never maintain my goals. So think about that today. And if you'd like to get more tips like this about how to drop weight without dieting, I've got an awesome 6-part video series. And I just posted the link below this video, so if you'd like to check that out, make sure to go right away and download your first video. And also, I do one-on-one coaching, I do group coaching. I would love, love, love to work with you if you feel like you want to go deeper and figure out your motivations for eating, maybe why you haven't been able to get the body of your dreams yet. Because I know I've been there, I've helped hundreds of other clients achieve their dream body goals and actually just feel comfortable in their skin and enjoy meal times and have peace around food and stop body shaming and all that great stuff. So I'd love to work with you. If you want more info on that, just send me a private message and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day, and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye!